If we don't heal what hurt us, we'll bleed on those who've never cut us. Hope your day has been filled with love, peace, and much gratitude. Welcome to episode 5 of Learning in Silence with your hosts, Juju Divine Empress, and yours truly, Ugly Pretty Chick. Hey, love, you're muted. Um, Welcome to the show, Mandee. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, grand evening. I'm already in nighttime. You hear me? My mind keeps going. Grand day, everybody. What's going on?
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you were able to be here with us.
Of course.
Okay, so let's move forward. Let's talk about today's topic. What's today's topic? Today's topic is
Ooh.
inner
Oh,
healing.
you gonna have me in my bag today, Juju?
I'm very no, I'm curious. I'm very curious about this topic. Like I want to know everybody's perspective on regards of this topic. Like, what do you think inner healing means? The word inner healing. What does it mean to you? What even to the audience? What does it mean to them? Like, what does it mean to you? Like, just comment and let us know.
I
I would
always
like to
love
know.
everybody else's story, I swear. I always do. But like always, welcome everybody. I see people in the comments, Loso and Divine DNA, Mr. and Mrs. Jackson.
Okay,
Happy Friday Eve, everybody. So,
welcome.
inner healing, huh? Um, that's a big umbrella topic. It has a huge meaning. It also has a Google meaning. But I really am interested in what it means to you, Juju.
Well, for me, it means like the healing, starting to heal the wounded parts of ourselves. That's what it means to me.
Inner healing for me is much more than that. You know me, I always go above and beyond with everything I do. So, inner healing really starts at a point of when you're at your lowest.
Okay.
When you're at your lowest, that's when you start to learn yourself, how strong you are, what you're scared of, what you're not scared of, what the things you have to face. And even though you're scared of that, what are you going to do to go against up all of that? That could be a lot sometimes, especially for a person that doesn't have the tools to deal with those kind of situations. You know what I mean? Um, Inner healing also comes with, I don't want to say age, because nothing for me is really a number unless it's angelic, but it comes with wanting the change, wanting to be better, wanting to move forward, remembering the past, but knowing that's not who you are anymore. You're a new person, and it's okay to be a new person. When people say new me, why not? Embrace that part of you and that part of your journey. Inner healing is so much more than a physical thing, it's the inside and the out all together.
I like that. I I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, so let's go over to the comments. Let's see who's here. Let's see if there anybody that could answer my question. What does inner
Ooh,
healing, the word inner healing means to them?
we got Loso here. Not only healing yourself, but your soul, your inner you. Your soul is very important.
I
That
like that.
goes
I like that.
that goes with your aura and your being. Hello, beautiful souls. Hey.
Hello, good afternoon. Divine DNA, the love couple, Mrs. Jackson and Mr. Jackson. And of course, our faithful fan, Brittany.
Our number
Brittany,
one supporter.
love you.
Oh,
Yup.
Mr. Jackson, what's going on?
Ooh,
Good
Mr. Jackson,
afternoon. We got
what's
some
up?
beautiful souls up in
Ooh, we
here
got the
today.
couple up in here.
Alrighty. Well,
Okay, so
let's get
let's
into it.
okay, let's get into it.
I'm ready. I'm ready today.
Okay,
I was ready to.
so I got my first question.
Oh, we got questions
Ooh,
today. Whew.
yeah, I got
Hold on, hold
questions
on,
too.
hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Are you aware that you might need inner healing? Even the
Mm,
audience, are y'all aware that y'all might need inner healing? Because not everybody needs inner healing.
correct.
Not everybody needs inner healing. There's a lot of people that they grow up in a healthy environment, they grow up in a healthy home, and they don't have any traumatic traumas that has healed them, or if they have healed properly because they were brought up in a good environment, so they knew how
Right.
to heal properly and they continue on. So again, not everybody needs it. So are you aware?
Right. Please send some hearts in the comments. Let us know if are you aware or do you know anybody that needs some inner healing, honey? Because we know some people who know some people that may help that. But I never knew that I did need inner healing. I thought I was okay, and I was a pretty mess. That's what I would call it. I was a pretty freaking mess. All in my 20s and most of my teenage years, I was a hot mess in my teen. So I was just, for me, I live in a childlike way, right? So inner healing was told to me that it comes with age, and when you get older, it comes with wisdom, and it starts coming to you. But when you think you're over something, right? When time has passed and you put it to the side, that's just what you're doing. You're putting it to the side because now you're making it internal. You're pushing it down. You're harboring it. It's becoming you. It's coming out in things you do. Everything you do. The way you speak, the way you look at things, the way you hear things, the way you interpret things from other people. It might not be the way you received it, but you're not all here. You're not here. You're not, nothing's connecting. So how could you be stable with yourself? You know what I mean? How could you be stable with your inner self? How could you even know if, again, you don't have any tools? So once I started hearing a lot of why people don't like me, you start to go in.
Wait,
Like,
who doesn't like you?
honey, it's life. It's life. You got to have the good with the bad. I appreciate both, you know, because it taught me something about myself. Because I started asking, why don't these people like me? What is it? That can't be it. That's a sugar coated answer. Oh, because you're loud or because you're opinionated no, 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 no. It's something more than that. I started realizing that's an inner thing. If you don't check that and you don't heal that, you start putting that on other people and hurting other people you really don't mean to and start crossing lines and boundaries.
That's true. That's true.
And that's not okay for anybody, not even for yourself. Because, again, I said it in the last episode. What relationship or anything in the world is worth you? Nothing.
That
Not a
is
damn
true.
thing. Because not even God Himself, if you believe in Him and whatever higher power, even says that. Yes, He says maybe He's the only most high, but He believes in everything is in you. You're His physical. You're here. You get to do His work, you know?
But
So,
what happens to those people that are wounded all the way from childhood? Like you have mentioned in prior show and episodes that we both have been wounded as a child. So how do
correct.
you know as a child? that you are wounded and then you need to heal.
I didn't have that. You know,
We didn't have the tools.
I didn't have those tools. The people around me didn't have those tools, you know, and the people I later in life surrounded myself with definitely didn't have those tools, you know, and I had to learn that I had to heal myself. I had to be a mommy to myself because no one else was going to do it. I had to make a choice. Do I want to be this way or do I want to be this way? Who does Amanda want to be? Because that is my name. Amanda loves Amanda, but Amanda is who I leave there. My inner self, that's Mandee. Ugly
Okay.
pretty chick, that's my higher self.
Okay.
So you start people say don't create these people, you are one person, but why not? My personality is big enough. And again, it goes back to what people were saying that they didn't like about me. I took it personal. Like, how could you feel that way? Like, ew, like, okay, whatever. That's how you feel. Don't care about your feelings. I started to learn, well, maybe I did do something and I just wasn't aware of it. Maybe I
Yeah, but
said something that was wrong.
those reactions are of an unhealed person. When you
Right.
are unhealed, that's how you react. That's how you
Hurt
think.
people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. You could teach that to a child. I teach that to mine. Hurt people. They don't know love because love either existed and was taken away or love wasn't put there at all. But when do you come to a common ground and you say, I want better, even though I wasn't given it, even though people hurt me and didn't show me that? When do I do the work inside and take accountability for myself? And yes, I didn't put myself through those things when I was a child, no, because I was innocent. But when do I say for myself, I am not that. I don't want to be that and move forward. And no matter what moving forward looks like for you, because
But
it's for everybody different.
I feel like not everybody has that willpower that you and me and many others have. There's so many others that don't have that willpower of saying, that's it. I can't
Agreed.
do it no more. I need change. I want better. I want to change my life and do better. There's a lot of people that are stagnant and they're comfortable where they at. They're they don't know. They don't have no awareness that they need to have inner healing. Some of
Right,
them don't even know what an unhealed person is.
right.
I mean, I have a few definitions here. Well, first off, I wanted to say something when you was talking about the child part,
Sure.
because I have here something where it says if a child is raised in a family where they feel responsible for meeting their parents' needs, they do not learn to recognize their own. This child will repeat the pattern in adulthood and is more likely to end up in an abusive, codependent relationship. They often grow up to be people pleasers and will wonder why no one appreciates all that they do.
I could resonate. I could resonate on a lot of levels with that. That's actually beautiful what you just said, and I'm glad you said that. Um, that hit home for me. I'm sorry.
I apologize.
No, you're good. Sometimes love ain't enough for a kid.
Sure.
You got to teach them how to cope with things, how to deal with things, because you're their role model, bro. You're teaching them how to love, who to love, how they're going to love them, how to teach somebody to love them, how to stand up for themselves in a respectful way. You know, you have to remind them they matter.
Sure.
And that's whether you're young, you're old, you're our age, it doesn't matter. Remind somebody they matter. That means a lot. A lot of the people that I work with, And I will tell you, I work with a lot of people and I've touched a lot of souls, and I can say that proudly now. And just that right there alone, at first, the fight, I'm not worthy. I'm going through this. This is bigger than me. And the anxiety, I feel it. I'm an empath. But even with dealing with myself, with the people I work with, I learned how to deal with children, especially my own too, and my friends. And I see it when I talk to them. Sometimes they just want somebody to listen to their story, just like you.
True. That is true.
Sometimes that's enough. So when you're pushing them away or you're pushing somebody away, and I'm guilty of it. No, I'm
Yes.
guilty of it.
I'm.
Sometimes I cannot take the energy right now. And I'm just like, not right now. But
Oh
that's
wow.
my boundary. Learn your boundary. That's how you start healing yourself because you're learning what you don't like, what you like. That's why it's good to spend time with yourself
Well, I
and
could
really,
tell you that by healing myself, by healing my inner self, but just being aware that I need inner healing and going in that journey has helped me understand more my kids to a level where they're at. They're each
right,
have different ages. So I was having a lot of friction when it came with my kids. But now there's a different connection. I have bonded more with them in a different level because I'm healing myself. So it's kind of like I'm passing that through them. They're seeing the difference in their mother, and they see how I'm coping with things now differently, and that's showing them how to cope with stuff. I had an incident yesterday, and it was totally my fault, and I was able to fix it. I was able to turn it around and fix it, and she was able to forgive me because it was my fault, and I reacted out of control. Because again, I'm still on this healing journey. I'm not completely
healed, right.
healed, so I'm doing what I got to do.
And I think that's another thing. Maybe you can try, and not just you. I've had to learn how to do it too, and it's a very hard thing to do, is to lose the expectations of other people. Lose the I have to live up to this to feel like this or to be like this. No, be you. That's the people you want around you. The people who are going to love all of that side. Because even though you had that situation, you still took accountability right away and you were able to be like, "Listen, I messed up." You know what I mean? But your intentions were everything because it
Yes.
came from a place, from a healed place. That yeah, I was wrong and I really didn't mean that, and I would try not to ever do that again. I would try to work hard on thinking before I react.
But
Okay,
recognizing that was my if on my unhealed me would have just continued on with the yelling and the screaming and just going off and saying things that would have escalated to words more damaging than what it was. But this time I cut myself. I retracted, and I thought about what I did, and I was like, wait, it's not that's not how it really was. This is the way it was, not the way I thought it was,
right.
not the expectation that I had. And you know I'm
It was a
glad that
greater outcome, right?
I
Well,
was aware of what I did, and I turned it around, and
and that's
I
what that's one of the biggest things that I will be working on with the new projects that we have coming up, and that would be our one of our focal points is taking accountability, knowing that you did something wrong, but also approaching it in a different way, in another light, a different perspective, to where the person feels good and secure, you feel good and secure, and whether you can make common ground or not, you both can walk away and just enjoy life. Because that's
okay,
the ultimate goal, is to find your own peace. Because as long as you got peace, can't nobody take that from you.
that is true.
They can
That is true.
interrupt it now, But then it's your choice whether you're like, hold on, hold on, hold on, let's return the energy to sender.
It's up to you who you let in your bubble. Okay.
Listen, I let from the smallest one 9 months know that. Listen, my bubble.
All right. So moving forward to the next question.
What's that?
Do you know what part of you needs healing?
Ah, Juju, I told you was gonna get me today. What?
No, wait. Because it's like each trauma
Right.
needs and deserves its own time to
You're
heal.
right.
Like,
Hmm.
so it's not like you could have already had healed something from 3 months ago, so you don't really have to heal from that. So right now, again, not everybody needs healing, but at the same time, if you do need the healing, are you aware of what needs healing at this moment? Because again, everything deserves its own time, so you can't
Or
just.
even if you're trying to help somebody out yourself. These are tools you could use for yourself in your healing sessions when you're using for other people when they're approaching you with their situations. And sometimes you may not have an answer, you don't know what to say, and that's okay too. You could tell them that, like, listen, I don't have answers for you, but I promise we could try to find some solutions, you know, to help you feel better. It's all about how you approach things and your intentions behind them because it's energy. So, do you know what part of you needs healing? Before I answer that, we even get into that, Brittany had something good here. I just want to pull up real quick.
Okay.
Definitely, a lot aren't aware, and some people been dealing with it for so long that they become comfortable being comfortable.
Oh my, yes. That's a good one, Brit. Yes, that's a good one. Definitely.
I feel like that is just everyone's kind of issue. That's an everyone thing. It's a you problem, but what are you gonna do about it? You know what I mean? You can't get mad because somebody else's healing journey is advancing, but that's because they're doing the work. It takes time to be healed. It takes time to even take that bag off and be like, here's my stuff of my past, my BS. You know what I mean? That takes courage. That takes strength. And that takes accountability. But are you willing to do that? Are you willing to love yourself? Certain situations bring up certain trauma, right?
And sometimes we don't even realize that we needed healing. But for most of the part, I do know what needs healing.
And that alone shows growth. That alone shows you want to continue growing, you want to continue learning, and you want to be a better person. You know what I mean? When you want to heal something about yourself, start asking yourself hard questions.
Yes.
Why don't people like me? List 5 things of the things people say to you that they be like, I don't like this about you. I don't like this about you. I don't like this about you. And I don't like this or that. Look at that for a couple minutes. That alone. Go through the emotions. Look at it because these are people's words they're saying to you. These are your emotions because this is what hurts you. You know what I mean? Now write 5 things you're most proud of yourself for that no one really tells you that they're proud of you for. What's worth
Or
more?
or 5 things that they wish that somebody would tell them that they're proud of.
I like
Because
that.
again, we don't like to take, our word for anything. That's why we have
Right.
a lot of trauma and not need healing. So if you can put yourself in that, put like, oh, I wish people would tell me this, then that would be better. My opinion again.
No, it's completely right. Sometimes I do wish people could tell me, but for me, it's that comes with just the intuitive empath, clairvoyant thing, like reading the mind type of thing. Like I read your thought, like you could just tell me the truth. I already know what you want to say, but again, that comes with learning yourself and knowing what parts of you, like, does your loyalty need working on? Does your trust need working on? Does your love need working on? Does your communication need working on? Does your
Yes.
mindset, does that need working on? You loving yourself, does that need working on? The way everything you do matters. That's why
And
I always tell people you matter.
even if it's including your confidence, your self-love, your admiration, like you said, communication with yourself and other
Others,
people. It's
yeah.
just, anything that needs healing is
And
always good
respect.
to always. Oh, that's a big one. Yeah, you always.
Respect.
Not a lot of
'Cause some
people have
people gotta
respect
work
for
on that.
themselves or for others,
Am-
to be honest.
Amen. I hope we're gonna leave it there.
Well, I have here an unhealed person can find offense in pretty much anything someone does or says. A healed person understands that the actions of others has absolutely nothing to do with them. Each day you will get to decide which one you will be. Which goes back to the conversation what you was talking about before, where you was like, when do I get to choose to go forward and make that change?
For me, it was lowest of low. For me, like, well, every time you hit a hard place, we think this is rock bottom, right? Or at
True.
least I do. I'd be like, oh my God, woe is me. Why is this happening
Guilty
to
of
me?
that.
We go into that. But then I've learned that every time now that I've been more conscious or like that I'm doing that, it's becoming less. I don't do it as often because now instead of like, oh my God, what am I doing gonna do? Or why am I feeling like this? Why are they feeling like this? It's more of, hold on, how do I feel about this? What is the real deal? What really is going on? Is this a me thing? Is this a you thing? That's why taking a step and walking away or just being quiet or choosing to have a conversation when you're ready is so important because you again hurt people. You don't want to continue hurting people. This is why you're acknowledging the parts that need to be healed. So being mindful of what comes out your mouth and the things that you think may not always be right. You have to learn to understand other things besides just the negative things.
I like that. I like that. Which it matches what I say here, which is heal, so that you are able to tell the difference between the sound of your intuition guiding you versus the trauma misleading you.
And I ignored them both.
To be honest, I've been aware that I needed a lot of healing throughout a long time, even including my childhood. The only difference is that I thought the type of healing that I was doing was the proper healing at that moment. Maybe
Right.
it was because it let me go to the next level in my perspective. So I will just heal a little bit just so I could get to that next step, heal a little bit just so, oops, my bad, just so I could get to the next step. And that's what it was. But in reality, I hadn't sat down and actually healed every single part that of things that I've needed to heal, or any part of me that needed to be healed. I didn't sit down and actually went in within myself and took care of me. I was always taking care of everything and everyone, making sure everyone got comfortable. And then when they did got comfortable, they got too comfortable,
Right.
that it was affecting me and it was affecting my life. So it's kind of like, okay, that was my draw, like, okay, this time that's it, I can't do it no more. I'm not gonna just heal a little bit and just go to the next step.
Right.
I have
Pass
to
it.
I
Mhm.
have to This is my time to heal. If I don't do it this time, I don't know when would I do it.
Right.
The way
Right.
I felt.
Right. And that's how I could resonate with that feeling of that's a point where that's where you accept that it's now or never. It's I do this now or I'm gonna be lost forever.
Yes.
You
Oh,
know what I
lost.
mean?
I felt so lost. I felt so lost. It was like I didn't know who was Juju, Jalissa. I didn't know who was I. Like
Right.
I was just this ghost walking around doing things for everybody and making sure everybody was okay.
And you
That's
know
who
what's
I was.
crazy? Not to cut you off. I was actually teaching this to one of my oldest yesterday about the cups, right? And the work that I do. Everybody more or less knows the work that I do. Um, and I was teaching her that, in my spiritual world, cups mean a lot of things, right? But it depends what situation you're talking about. Now, when you're talking about cups of yourself and cups of other people, I was showing her the different cards and the cups that were in them, right?
Okay.
And I was showing her the different positions of the cups. Some are together, some are upside down, some are pouring into a river, some are pouring into self, right? And I had to explain to her that this is you. In all these pictures that the person has cups, this is your energy. These
Hmm.
cups represent everything and anything and everyone you love. Now, who is worth it to you? Because you really can't help everybody as much as we want to. And I, especially me, it says it on even my screen save, saving one soul at a time. I know at the end of the day, I cannot save everybody, but I can try. And whoever meets me, they will leave with some kind of healing. But now that's up to you on how much you're going to pour into that person. That's the part we need to learn. Our boundary. Yes, they have their boundaries and their needs. And of course, people thirsty. They gonna want to drink all the time. I'm always thirsty. You see me drinking water all the time. But serve yourself. Whatever way that looks like. I had to learn that the hard way. And if I could teach somebody that like as quick as now, please do that. Please go even take a shower and just appreciate your body, whatever
Well,
that looks
that
like.
is something that I wanted to like to show them, like how to
Oh my
pretty
God.
much awaken your authenticity, how to become your true self. Like let's give them tools for those people that don't have tools, that was
I know.
struggling. They are struggling as much as we were struggling at the beginning, because we did it without tools. We
Right.
did it without knowing absolutely nothing at all, with just a blank page.
Oh my God. I said that this morning when I was meditating. Yep.
And now we got notebooks full of information. So
Oh,
let's share some.
right.
Well, I will share some of what the ones that I have.
Okay.
Remember what you like doing when you was a child.
Oh, please do. Because I do. I used to eat the ice cream, screwballs with the one at the bottom, firecrackers. I used to call it the ling the ling. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, so the fire hydrant was everything. I just remember a lot of laughter. Those are the parts that bring me joy, and those are the parts I try to give to my children. Like even if it's for a moment, just remember that part that mommy loves you, and just be a kid always.
Okay. So identify what is something that you would love to do if money was not involved.
That's a good question. For me, everything is healing. So listen, my ultimate dream is to open up a healing center, and you know whether that's from my own pocket or blessed from the higher power, or it just comes with, like, again, however way I get it, with or without money, I'm always gonna have that center in myself. So that's something no one could ever buy, and I can never buy, because I gave that to myself. I it, you're the love for yourself. I cannot stress that enough. Is the biggest, most powerful gift you can ever unleash and discover.
Okay, so let me put it this way, because I think you might been misunderstanding what I was saying a little bit. I like your perspective of what you just said. I
It's
love it.
okay, cool.
But What do you want it to be when you was a child?
I bet. I'm telling you, I wanted to
Okay,
heal.
so you wanted to be around animals. That's something
What?
that you love,
I was
animals.
always around animals my whole life. Even now, I'm a dog
Okay,
walker.
so if money was not a problem and you're able to do what you wanted to do, what would it be?
Open up a dog rescue center and have a healing center all at the same time.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so think about the things that you love, which is what you just said,
Okay.
do it and can do it. And okay, so think about the things that you love doing and can do it right now that don't involve traveling,
Okay.
going somewhere,
Okay.
or else, or any part, or not even preparing for it. Like think about something that you could just do it right now and you don't have to prepare for it, go nowhere,
Take a deep
nothing.
breath.
Do it.
That
Okay,
helps
so
me think.
I love that. So imagine for a moment that you don't
Mm.
have obligations
Okay.
and things to do.
Hold on,
Don't
homegirl.
need.
Let me get comfy. Wait. No obligations. Hold on. I gotta put both headphones. Go ahead.
Okay, so imagine for a moment that you don't have obligations and things don't need to make sense. What comes to mind?
I want to feel that one more time. Say it again.
Imagine for a moment that you don't have obligations or you don't need things to make sense right now. What comes to mind?
Me and my family living in peace, bro.
Oh, I love that.
And just them laughing and just enjoying life as much as I want them to enjoy life.
When I do that, I see myself completely healed,
Mhm.
successful, and able to heal not just my kids and my family, but everyone around me.
Amen. I love that. Yep. That's how. Ooh, I got goosey.
Okay, so think like a child.
Ooh, my favorite.
Think like a child from the
Okay.
heart, and
Okay.
start doing what your heart tells you with the resources that you have.
Go draw. Go
Oh,
sing. Go dance.
I like that. Mine's is always writing. I always gotta be writing.
I
If
was always
not in
shaking
the
my butt.
computer, it's always writing.
I was always like and
Always
singing. I
dancing.
thought I was J Lo.
Oh my God, dancing. Yes, dancing. I used to know. No, no, no. I thought I was J-Lo. I used to always be dancing in my porch. Oh my God, it's the art. That's what all I did with my sister and
I don't
my neighbor.
I don't know if you noticed, right? Because not a lot of people see this part. I We should make a show about our kids. But with mine, we break out in harmony. Everywhere we go, anywhere we go, the song lately has been Backstreet Boys. And we have been singing that song, and the more I sing it, and the more I hear my kids sing it, it's like it just brings you back to being a kid. It just brings you to like being humble. I just the feeling is
I love
amazing.
that. I do that with my kids, but in the car. Like when we're driving somewhere, I just put the music up and we just start singing. People
It's
be
a
looking at
vibe.
us inside of the car, like, what's going on? I'm like,
They
what?
can't have this
Never.
vibe.
Okay.
Oh, Divine DNA said the beach. That is my happy place. That is where well, it used to be my happy place. The river is now my happy place.
I like the beach. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Jackson. I like the beach. It's just, I don't know. I haven't been friends with the beach lately.
Me either. The beach hasn't liked me this summer. Child, Lord Jesus.
The
Uh,
sand cuts my feet. That's all I can say.
the water's been rough. So in New York, it's been a little dirty and, a lot of sharks and stuff in the water lurking. So yeah, I'm good on land. We'll try again next summer. The pool was cool.
All right, so let me move forward and continue to giving ya tools in order to, whatever tools that these tools that I have. These are just, very just a few of the tools that I have used. Okay, so have a clear vision. This will
Mhm.
guide you every decision and every choice you make.
So
Also,
that goes. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
That goes into one of the things I will be teaching, where it will be write your 2 year goals, your 5 year goals, and your 10 year goals. Even though you don't know what those things look like right now, and they could change with time, it still gets it out your head.
Yeah,
So uncluttering your head is
I
one of the
like that.
things.
I like that. Okay, so sit down with your vision and ask yourself, what is the next right step? It's easy to get fired up and want to change everything in your life at once. This sets you up for failure. Trying to do everything all at once sets you up for failure.
I struggle with
Got
this.
it. One step at a time.
I think maybe that needs healing. I struggle with this every single day, and I'll tell you why in a short way. It's just because everything has gone so wrong for so long. Whether it was my fault, whoever's fault, life, it's gone wrong. And yes, I've had a lot of good parts, but it's just hard to find that light, I guess. I think that's one of the last things I'm working on. And for me, that plays into trust.
I could admit that that's something that I'm still working on trusting people, completely trusting people,
Right,
the healthy way.
right, right.
Because I learned that there's an unhealed way to trust and there's a healed way to trust. An unhealed way, you become a people pleaser,
Right,
codependent.
right.
So I am learning to trust
Even
healed.
being too independent can be a problem sometimes.
Yeah, that is true. That is true because we all, every human being always need help.
Right.
I don't want to hear what anybody says. We all need help at a certain point in our life. In whatever way, we all need help.
Mhm.
Okay, so the next one is set monthly goals, which goes with what you did or what you want to do. So set
Yeah.
monthly goals based on your next right step.
Get
Find
a
the balance.
calendar.
Find the balance between working with something long enough for it to shift, but not so long that you lose connection to it.
And that brings me into one of the lessons that my ancestors taught me this week. So shout
Ooh,
out to them.
yay!
Everything is a two-sided thing. Everything is good and bad, black and white, yin and yang. It lives in everybody, not just me because I'm a Gemini. Okay, everybody can have a piece of that. I'm just a little more advanced. But use both of them. Find a way to learn how to coexist with yourself. Find a
Ooh,
way to learn how to coexist with the old you and the new you. You need both.
you got to learn how to forgive the old you.
And forgive the future you because you might make some mistakes. But you're learning. So talk to yourself. You're not crazy. Don't stop letting people tell you you're crazy for talking and answering yourself. You're not crazy. You're
No,
very much sane and you
I
very
was
much
I
matter.
was crazy all the time because I used to always talk to myself. But you know what? I am. You want That's what you want to. That's your perspective. I don't. I really don't care anymore. But I like talking to myself. Myself tells me a lot. She shows me a lot. She teaches me a lot and yells at me a lot.
So I have a question for you. Do you
Okay.
hear her more now than you have before?
Yes. Yes. Definitely yes.
Okay.
It was there was before, to be honest, before I thought I was really crazy. I thought, why am I hearing things? Why am I hearing another person speaking to me or anything like that? But
Right.
it's you
Like, am
now
I
that
going
you
nuts?
yeah, so now that I am aware of the things that I am doing, I am aware of that voice when it says something, when it speaks. So I'm like, oh, okay, so they speak for this and they speak for that. So I am aware that it's, or either they're trying to communicate with me or trying to let me, just let me know something or tell me, so whatever it is. I'm just more aware of it now, and
So is
I'm
it
enjoying
safe
it.
to
It's actually
say,
fantastic.
right? I told you. I told you. Once you love yourself, girl, this
It's,
whole
it's
light just shines and you're unstoppable. And another thing, don't let anybody tell you differently. Because once you know about yourself, can nobody tell you about yourself.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Get to
Okay?
know yourself. Get to know yourself enough that whatever anybody says, it just brushes off.
I
Because
highly
you know
recommend that.
yourself enough to know if you are that person, if you are what they call you, or not.
You don't have their heart and they don't have your heart. You wouldn't do the things that another person does. So you cannot compare, and you cannot really we could tell somebody to you blue in the face how not to be and what not to do. But again, it's our choice how we're gonna handle our feelings, our mindset and how we're gonna approach people and how remember we have a choice whether to deal with people or not. So we have a choice to take people out that no longer serve the needs in healing ourselves.
Oh yes, you do have the right. I am guilty of ghosting people. Yes, I am guilty. I am aware, and I
Mhm.
have I am, again, like I said, I have done that, but as well, I have cut people out of my life for a reason. If
Okay.
you are not in my life at the moment, is because the connection between you and me were not right at that moment. Doesn't mean that you did something wrong, doesn't mean I did something wrong. It's just the connection wasn't right at the moment. Maybe in the future, who knows, but at that moment, at this moment in my present time, you belong in the past and I am in my present. And in my present, as of right now, you're not in it.
And
A
that's a
lot of people,
boundary,
but a lot of
you
people do
know?
not understand that. A lot of people take that as, oh, she's trying to be high and mighty, or they're trying to
Right.
think they're all that, or whatever it is that they put in their head, or they feel like, and
Like a superior type of thing. Like like not even he or she thinks they're above me and I'm just or like no.
no.
That's the structure people build in your head over time. When you realize that, you start hearing people differently. You start not taking things so personal, especially like when somebody says things like that. Like if you would have said something like that to me probably maybe a year ago, I would have took that so personal. Like, wait, what? Is she serious right now? Don't talk to me. How about that? But now I would be like, wait, there's something wrong. Why do you feel that way? Can I just know why before like and if even if you don't want to give me that example or the why, I have to be okay with that. I really do. You people really do. Because
Yeah, but if you
give
ask the
yourself
why,
patience.
if you ask the why, I feel like a lot of people ask why you don't want to talk to me, why you don't want to be in my life. But then if you ask the why, you have to sit down and listen.
Mm.
You
Mhm.
can't be rah, 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 and expect to listen to what am I saying. You're not letting me speak. So
Right.
then that proves to me that you are not healed. There's
Right.
something that you need to heal. You need to be aware of what is wrong, well, not wrong, what is that needs to be healed in, or that you have wounded, what hurt you. Because a lot of people, the reason why they react is because they're wounded inside.
Right.
Their lack of, they feel abandonment, the lack of love, lack of affection, whatever it is that they're going through, they feel a certain way, so they react a certain way. We do
Correct.
that too. I did that yesterday. I reacted. I was stressed. I was dealing. My internet wasn't working. My pool was bad, and the kids were running. It was too much for me, and I reacted at the end over what I was supposed to, and that's when I
But
retracted
some
back.
but another part that needs to be healed, and I think in a lot of people, and I'm not judging because again, everything I talk is because I've experienced. I've either helped somebody else do it or I've done it myself. Everything I teach is because I've done the work myself. Okay?
Yes.
Heal the part of, yes, you do listen to why. Understanding. Understand why that person's saying what they're saying. Even if you don't understand, just try to understand the part of not right now. You cannot force anybody to do anything. You cannot force a conversation. You cannot force a feeling,
No.
you know? And when a person is telling you they don't want to talk to you or they don't want to be around you or you're not for them, that's another sign. Where I was going to get to is learn your cues, what I call cues. Whoever is going to be doing future work with me, you'll be hearing me say that a lot. Learn you know how TV shows, they'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or even the rocket ships, they have cues for everything. You know, they have, even the government, they got cues for everything. Give yourself a cue. Listen, I don't feel good right now. I don't like this situation. Maybe I should exit stage left. Maybe I should remove myself from this situation. If you feel like you can fix the situation, I don't recommend it, but you can try. If that's what your heart desires, you can try to talk something out. But now you have to be accepting of the part where that other person is not receiving. You know, sometimes they're going through their own thing where they can't receive anything you're saying. But that's still up to you whether you want to move forward with a relationship or not, or just move forward with a job or not, or a career choice. It goes with everything. You
Yes, that's
healing
true.
yourself, you heal your whole circle, your whole you, even your job.
I mean, I could say off of the way that my journey has been is like once you start healing, you don't feel comfortable. You yourself don't feel comfortable in the environment that you was before. So you automatically want to change that environment and make it more comfortable for you, make it more peaceful for you. And I
Well,
like that.
that
I
comes
kind
with
of like
time.
that.
That comes
Yeah,
with
it does
time.
comes with time, but it's
And
something that
mhm,
people it was just something that I feel like it comes with that healing journey. Is peace.
mhm.
Peace always comes with the healing journey,
But
like attached.
what I was gonna say is you're gonna feel the frustration at first. You are.
Oh
The
yes.
only way to get to that healing is going through everything, starting from the beginning. You have to start from the beginning. This is the inner work. This is the dark stuff. You have to go back. You have to. As much as you don't want to, you may not want to do it with other people, and that's okay. Do it with yourself. Go ground yourself, do it outside. Even if you sit in your bed, your couch, your chair, just go through it. Let yourself feel it. And remind yourself at the end that you matter and it's going to be okay.
Okay. Yes, it's gonna be okay. Definitely, it will be okay. Okay, so let's move forward to our last
Question. But
question.
before we do that, let's take a short break.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, we'll be right back after these messages.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing. Healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com. Thanks for watching the Breakthrough Show Network. Today, we'd like to support our friend over at Nail Beauty by Brittany. Purchase your custom press-on Reiki-infused nails by visiting nailbeautybybrittany.com. And now, back to the show.
Welcome back, everybody, and make sure for 10% off, Juju.
With Juju and Mandee. Welcome to Learning in Silence. Woo, episode 5. So today's topic is inner healing.
And we have been touching some great topics, you guys, and asking some great questions, and the audience has been commenting and giving some great answers, and we appreciate you guys for always
Okay,
coming
so
through.
let's go and let's chat with them right before we hit our last question of the day.
Let's go. All right, so singing, dancing. Oh, wait, what's that? Singing, dancing, swimming. I love swimming. Playing outside were my favorite things as a child. I loved swimming, so. Well, Britt, really loving this, ladies. Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate you, Britt. Always. Thank you for the love. Girl, that is our nail lady. So, guys, again, make sure you head over to Nail Beauty by Brittany. Make sure you mention Juju to get 10% off your Reiki infused
Oh
nails
my
and start
God, look
your
at
healing
this. Look at
journey.
this. Look at
Look at
this. Look
that.
at this.
I know. I
Look at
love
this.
them.
Look at this. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous.
Thank you so much, Brittany, for always supporting us and being here. We love you guys. So let's finish off our episode, huh?
Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so have you sat back and acknowledged your growth?
I did that this week.
Okay.
That was the first time I've done that.
I actually do
And
that every day now.
really?
Yes.
So
I
I'm
sit down.
slacking.
I I sit down. No, not really, because you do have.
I
I don't
do
want
have
to
a lot
say
of
like
kids.
you have a lot of
It's
kids, but you
okay.
do
I
have a
do
lot of
have a lot of
kids.
kids. I have 7 kids if no one knows. I have 7, yes, and one freaking boy. So trust me, the healing it's possible even if you're a mama.
Yes, it is. It is possible. It is. I have 3 in my household at the moment, but it's still a hassle. Sometimes you don't. I have a puppy, so the puppy is another baby. So it's like I don't have
And if
privacy
you
or
have a
anything.
spouse, that's another kid.
But I do acknowledge it every day as much as I can. I can't say I am consistent on it, but I do it as much as I can every day and acknowledge, damn, I have changed in this. Like I would have reacted this way, but I didn't. Dang, wow, Juju, you're doing good. Oh my God. And then I do my little dance.
Right. And that's important. You have to celebrate the little wins. And I've learned that from a lot of people these last few weeks. These last 2 weeks have been a real eye opener. Um, I want to share with everybody that, like, you literally, once you get to a certain point over, your traumas and stuff, you start feeling yourself elevating. You do. You feel the growth. You see it. It almost becomes your natural reaction, like your real reaction, not that hurt reaction. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And even while you're going through it, I've experienced like, whoa, like I'm doing it. Like I'm listening to my thoughts. I'm listening to me. I'm watching what I'm doing. I'm still being me, but I'm still defending myself, if you will. I will say, for me, that's just everything's always a spiritual warfare.
I totally understand you because up to a certain point in my life, which was not too long ago, I was still excusing myself, apology, like I was doing all that, apologizing myself, beating myself up. So I do, I could resonate and I do understand where you're coming from, you know. But it's still, no matter what, you still have to. you know, feel proud of, even if it's just a tiny thing that is different and it has changed, still feel proud of yourself for those little tiny things. The smallest things always count, no matter what it was. Just fact that you was able to control yourself in situations that happens on a daily basis. Or for example, how you were saying that you was being tested, pretty much universe was
All
testing
week.
you these past 2 weeks.
You did it all week.
It
But
was testing you.
I said no. I'm like,
Exactly.
no. No, no,
You was
no.
able to you was able to control yourself to a certain limit, and I am proud of you for that. I
And be
am.
humble. That was the
Yes,
biggest thing for me, was remaining humble, because I know that my purpose is greater than even me. Again, learning yourself, acknowledging that even you accomplishing a goal of yours for the day of going to the supermarket, celebrate that. Again, you matter.
that's true. And it's your healing. I have something here. It says your healing is about you. It doesn't need a stamp of approval. Don't worry about how long it takes or how ugly it may seem. It's about you. It's all about you. You
And
got to
that's what
remember
you have
that
to
it's all
keep
about you.
telling yourself. It's say your name. When I work with my clients, I tell them, I'm talking to you. I see you. I hear what you're saying about other people, but they're not worrying about the you. You're not worrying about you. Okay? This is why you cannot handle other situations, or the situations you want a better outcome, but you have to learn how to handle yourself. You have to learn discipline.
Oh yes,
You have to.
discipline, consistency, self-respect.
And respect for others. Point, and no matter if you want to give it to them or not, you always try.
That is true. Okay, okay, okay. So I like that. I like that. Okay, so I see some comments over here. Let's acknowledge them. I don't want them to feel
Oh, I had put
unacknowledged.
them up. Britt Brett was telling everybody. Well, she was telling us, "I love you," but I know she loves everybody. And she did too this week. She did it this week. She acknowledged her
Oh, I
everybody.
like that. I like that. I like that. And I am proud of you, Britt. Britt. I've, for the time that I've known you, I feel proud of you. I've seen your growth, and I like that. I really do like that. I really do like that.
Right. That's just another prime example that when you want to change, change is possible. It's waiting for you. So what you waiting for?
It is. And if there's a point in time that you feel that, oh my, I don't know how to even acknowledge or be aware of what I need, just by that you are already on the right path. Just by you asking the question to yourself, am I evil, am I bad, am I this, those type of questions, just that makes you, puts you in the right path to do yourself inner healing. Just
Right, because another person wouldn't even ask themselves that. They would
right.
just keep going. You can't do that.
That is
Not if you want the life you want. So remember, you matter, you first. And acknowledge everything that you do, because you're placing your stamp in this world, whether it's small or it's big. Remember, everything has something to do with this world, or else it wouldn't survive without us. It really wouldn't. The world needed you. Learn that. Learn that. Just learn that. That's all I really have to say. Learn
yeah.
that. The world needs someone like you. So when you can heal yourself, you'll be able to heal others.
And even if you don't have trauma, you could still, go
Learn
within
something.
yourself and learn yourself and get to know yourself, because everybody changes.
Hmm.
Even though we as human beings, we don't like change. For some reason, we detest change. We can't stand change, but we are creatures of change. We change constantly. There's always constant change in our life. And that is something that we have to become aware and accept it into our life, because life changes kind of like, we're in a floating rock that rotates. It changes. The day changes
Every
to night,
day.
the night changes to
Mhm.
day. There's always constant change. That's what I'm trying to say. So,
Mhm.
just accept the change and see what your better version of you could do.
Right, because there's always a better version of something. Everything always gets better. Everything always advances. Like, so you advance every year as well. Every year you get a universal download, whether you want to listen to it or not. But
Small shout out segment.
yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Small business shout out. I really love this small segment. Oh my goodness. It means so much to me because I love all the beautiful work that everyone does. Again, guys, if you know somebody out there or you yourself have a small business, please, please, please let us know in our social medias so that way we can shout you out in a small business shout out. And these are the lovely souls on the bottom that you can go and look up on IG, Skin by Deej, Queen Bee Hustle, myself, Ugly Pretty Chick, and Go Divas Jewelry Boutique. Beautiful, beautiful souls that sell very beautiful things that will enhance not only your beauty, but your skin and your
Well,
mind.
exactly. Let's let people know. Skin by D sells all types of products of, you know, should I say vegan products? They're all natural. They're all
All
beautiful, and
natural.
I have heard wonders, and beautiful things of all her products. Check her out, Skin by Deej, amazing products. Then you got Queen Bee Hustles. Oh my God, anything touch
She
up, anything
touches.
that you can think of, anything
Boots,
that you can think of, she do
tumblers,
it.
shirts, blankets, pillows.
Logos, anything,
Yes,
anything that you
she
can
does
think
it
of, she'll
all.
do it. Now,
She does
Miss
it all.
Ugly Pretty Chick, go ahead, tell what you do real quick.
I am working again on my jewelry line, guys. For a long time, I didn't think I was going to get back to it, but my hand is actually letting me now. So, if you guys want some healing jewelry, this is the type of jewelry that I do sell. It is protection jewelry, also stones. I do the ma de ojos, the evil eye. I also make chains and earrings as well. And pretty soon we're gonna have rings.
Ooh, rings. I love rings. I
Hmm.
I love rings. Okay, so then we got but don't forget that you also got your Zoom thing coming up, your meeting stuff that you're
That
trying to put
is my
on.
baby. Yes, guys.
Yes.
Please be on the lookout for my launch. It is going to be soon. It's been pushed back just a little bit due to life, but I cannot wait to show you guys what I'm working on. And I hope you guys will take the journey with me and trust me in helping you heal.
And then last but not least, we got Goldiva's Jewelry Boutique. She sells beautiful jewelry. She's on TikTok and on IG. You could find her in all platforms. All of these wonderful souls. I believe you could find them in all social medias with their
Mhm.
wonderful business adventures that they have created. I love all their
And
products.
don't forget about us.
Ooh, of course.
Hello. You can find us, guys. Well, you can find us every second and fourth Thursday of the month. Don't forget to look us up, guys, on our own YouTubes. You can look on the bottom right
Yes.
there. That is
Subscribe,
my
share,
YouTube.
follow.
Please do. We love, and we love you guys. We love to make content for you guys as well, and we will be doing small snippets of the show too on our IGs and our TikToks soon. So be on the lookout for that, and don't forget to like and leave a comment. I'll be looking at the comments, guys, and I can't wait to talk to you.
And don't forget to follow us also so you can chat with us and other
On a more
hosts of the
personal
Breaker
level.
Show on the Discord server in our network.
And we have so
Discord.
much fun there, guys, and it's filled with great
Yes.
motivation and great people, great energy.
We wake up with energy.
We do.
Wake up with energy before, but we wake up with energy and it's a total laugh in the morning. It's wonderful. It gets you pumped up in the morning just so you could
Great
go
pick
on.
me up.
Fans are
Hmm.
welcome to come and just chat with us as well.
Looking
Okay,
forward.
so right before we leave, anything you want to say, Mandy? Right before we leave, Ooh. On regards of yourself, on regards of the topic.
Inner healing, my lovely people, please do the work. If you're willing to do the work, please do the work. When you change, everything changes around you. People look at you differently. People treat you differently. You start seeing you again. You don't see that old part of you. And when you do finally get to a point where you can understand yourself and realize the changes that you do need to make to move forward, remember, you matter. And always, always remember to put love back into your heart, back into your speech, and back into your mind.
Woo! I love that. I love that. I like that. I like that. Okay, I
And
got a
you,
little
Miss
something.
Jew, I want to hear your positive word.
I got something. That was your affirmation of the day.
Ooh, you want me to do affirmation?
I thought you was gonna do an affirmation of the day before we leave to
Ooh, you got me, girl.
say
You got me.
goodbye.
Okay. So, you know what? Since we were talking about us today, I'm going to pull out my favorite cards. They are Make Yourself a Priority deck, and these are cute. I'm going to start using these in my Zooms as well, and these help with thinking about you. You put you first, what you really need to hear. I go through spirit, and
And that
spirit just lets me
fits
know.
perfect with today's topic. Because inner healing is all about you. Inner healing is all about self healing.
So, what does your higher self want to tell you? What does your
Ooh,
higher self
this is
want to tell
collectively,
you?
right?
Yes, this is collectively. This is for everybody because we all need a little work in making us a priority. Visit a location that you find inspiring or meaningful.
Ooh.
So I don't know about anybody else, but I used to do this a lot. I used to go all by myself and I would either have a picnic by myself or, I would just sit with myself and look at the sky, whether it was nighttime or during the day, and I would think about everything that bothered me. And then I would think about all the things I want to do to help make that not bother me. And I used to just leave it all there. So
Okay.
sometimes removing yourself from your comfort is what you really need. You may not like it, not even change, because I don't like change, but I can appreciate it because I know when I'm getting pushed, something great is around that corner. Something's coming for you. Something's coming for me. And it's something that we've been praying for, we've been wishing on. But that only comes when you do the work. God don't God don't bless people who don't deserve it. And that's just a God honest truth. When you're working on yourself, be honest with yourself. Be honest where you go. Be honest who you talk to. Be be honest with the energy you receive. Spend time alone and enjoy the moment. Quiet your mind. Your mind is too rattled. How can you hear yourself? There's too many voices in your head. You got to be relaxed. Even if that means when you're in the shower by yourself, think about just what would make you happy right now. What would make you feel relaxed? What is one problem you wish you could make go away? You know? Take time on a task or an activity you would normally rush through. Stop giving yourself anxiety. You give yourself anxiety. Why? Why you want to do that to yourselves? That's not cool. I understand that sometimes life and other people place that upon ourselves. Sometimes we're born like that. I get it. Trust me, I do. But when you become more aware of yourself moving forward, it becomes less and less and less. Take it from a person that used to hear their heart in their ear when their anxiety would just skyrocket. I would feel my blood rush to my head. And when I would get to a point of wanting to blow up, it would drop. But that's because I absorbed everybody else's energy and I wasn't listening to my own. I wasn't giving me my time, my space. I wasn't setting healthy boundaries for myself. I wasn't doing the work for myself. And I know a lot of you can resonate. I can feel it.
Okay, so I
Unplug by
want.
taking a social media detox.
Oh, yes, I did that. Yes, that's a good
And that's the
one.
last one. So I return the energy and I send y'all with love and light.
Okay, so I want to end the show with a little something.
Let me know.
Even if your expectations on inner healing aren't what you wanted, just know that we are proud of you for even starting to heal.
Amen.
And remember, beautiful souls, inhale in, release, and that's how you truly begin the process of learning in silence. Bye, until next time.